It's race day here in Barcelona, and I can see that the crews are getting ready to get on the boat to take the sea. But I also see a very special boat out there, and it's the De Antonio E23 Terramar with very familiar faces inside. I can see Mark and Stan from De Antonio, but also Wayne. That's quite an entrance.
Not bad, no?
Not bad at all.
No, I've just been around the harbour in the E23 Terramar from De Antonio, a fully electric boat, and great looking forward to the world premiere.
Yeah, so we're here at the IMAX, right, which is one of the center stages of the America's Cup. We have hundreds of people from all around the world, part of the CUPRA tribe, coming to see us. So, are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
At first, it was just a drop in the middle of the Barcelona Sea. A drop that could have easily been lost in its vastness. In the middle of a storm, it was us who initiated a wave. With the impulse of all who believed in it, pushing to a new dimension like a sudden gust of wind. Rebellious, uncontrollable, and in constant movement. With the ambition to go against the tide, and knowing that its only limit was the infinite horizon. A force capable of getting to places undiscovered, to redefine everything we knew until now. A wave not content to follow the current, adopting shapes never before seen. They say that all waves come and go, but there's something they don't know. This wave is still rising and will never break.
Welcome everyone to our hometown of Barcelona, the city from which we continue to inspire the world. We've waited a while, but today finally we are bringing a CUPRA world premiere home to this beautiful and iconic city. Now at CUPRA you know that we enjoy and thrive on memorable moments, on unconventional events that create emotion and tell a defining story. Well, today we are at it again. 2 years ago, we presented what was, at the time, our biggest and most ambitious product offensive in the old Terramar circuit. I'm sure you still remember, like me, how you felt as we presented our ambitious future. We coupled that incredible event with Primavera Sound, because if you know us, you know that music is a big part of who we are. A year later, we were at it again in Berlin for the CUPRA Terramar world premiere, this time as part of the Formula E race weekend in the city. Because as you will see today, racing is in our DNA. This year, I feel we see each other every month, but I promise this is the last big one of the year. After the Tabascan Media Drive, the new Formentor and Leon launch in Madrid, today we will bring you something a bit different. Today we launch the new Terramar, alongside one of the biggest and indeed the longest running sporting competition in the world, the America's Cup. For those following us through the streaming, you haven't been forgotten, I promise. We want you to leave this event with the same emotion as everyone here in Barcelona. So we've made sure that you will see and feel the event online as if you were here with us. So everyone, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being part of our tribe, because at CUPRA, people make the brand, you make the brand. Welcome to the world premiere of the CUPRA Terramar. Wayne, over to you.
Thank you, Cecilia. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Barcelona for CUPRA's latest world premiere. It's fantastic to have you all here with us today. As Cecilia said, it's been a year already packed full of events, and following the launch of the new CUPRA Formentor and CUPRA Leon in Madrid earlier this year, it's great to welcome you back in our hometown of Barcelona. Last year, we unveiled our first hero for a new era, the CUPRA Tavascan, at the Formula E race in Berlin. And today, again, we will combine the launch of a newest hero with another spectacular sporting event. We brought you to Port Vell, the old port of Barcelona, and the hotspot of the 37th edition of the America's Cup. I think the perfect location and the perfect moment to introduce the newest member of the CUPRA family. And now, while we're only 6 years old, as you'll see over the next hour, we have reached a moment in time where we are not just growing as a brand, but in fact, we are growing up. Before continuing, allow me to thank you for being here with us to celebrate this important moment for our brand. Your support from the media from day one has been a driving force and a great motivation for the whole team. And I think it's fair to say I don't think we would have gotten as far as we have without you. Now, I'm pleased to say that we have a couple of surprise guests with you during today's event who will be joining us later on stage. But I'd also like to extend a special mention to a number of guests in particular for being here today. First of all, the President of the Parliament of Catalonia, Josep Rull, and the Regional Minister for Business and Labour, Miquel Samper. Also, the Spanish Secretary for State and Industry, Rebecca Toro, are with us today, as well as other authorities. Thank you all for being here. Also, Mark Porsche, member of our Supervisory Board, thank you also for being here. And finally, I'd also like to especially welcome our colleagues from Audi, who are playing a really important role in the Terramar project. For several years, we have been building Audis in our plant at Martorell. And now Audi will build the CUPRA Terramar for us in the gear factory in Hungary. And I think this represents the very best of our collaboration with Audi. And I'm delighted that the CEO of Audi Gear, Michael Bremer, and members of his team are with us here today. Thank you all for being here for the launch of the Terramar. I want to begin today by telling you a little bit about why this place, the old port of Barcelona, is so important for me personally. I lived just a stone's throw away from here when I first worked in Barcelona in the early 90s. In fact, I was one of the first people to move into the brand new Villa Olímpica, the Olympic Village, after the athletes moved out following the Summer Games of 1992. And living here back then taught me just how important the sea is to the heart and soul of this city. And for years, Barcelona had its back turned to the sea. But as the city underwent a huge transformation prior to the Games, Barcelona started to turn to face the sea again, uniting for the first time land, sea, and the city as one. And today, that bond is essential to the city's identity. And with the America's Cup racing here for the first time, that bond has never been stronger. And as you will see, that bond is also essential to the car we're introducing to you here today, the new CUPRA Terramar. Before talking about the Terramar, allow me to give you a quick overview of where we stand as a company. Following our most successful year in our history so far in 2023, this year the company has yet again reported another record-breaking first half financial result. Operating profit reached over 400 million euros, up almost 10% on the previous year. Sales revenue in the first half of the year at 7.8 billion euros, and our return on sales now more than 5%. Now, we all know that the key lever of our recent results has been the incredible success story of CUPRA. Launched only 6 years ago, CUPRA has become the fastest growing brand in the industry and has already managed to sell around 700,000 cars worldwide, something that very few newcomer brands have been able to achieve. So how have we managed it? I think there are basically 4 key reasons as to why CUPRA's success so far has been unparalleled. Reason number 1, sink or swim. We actually had no real alternative. With the SEAT brand on its own, we would have not been sustainable. Defending, protecting, or trying to maintain the status quo would have meant us disappearing someday. So we had to go out to win, to be ambitious and brave enough to do something totally new. Reason number 2, the right time. Moments of technological disruption give new brands the opportunity to emerge and challenge the status quo. And with the shift from combustion to electric, we are seeing the establishment of new car brands around the world. However, at the same time, we are also seeing an additional disruption at societal level. The values of the next generation are changing, and they're looking for something different than our generation, than my generation. It's no longer about luxury, prestige, heritage, or tradition. The contemporary values of the next generation are more about individuality, being different, emotional, perhaps even hedonistic, but at the same time sustainable. Reason number 3, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now, since we launched the CUPRA brand back in 2018, I think everything around us that could go wrong actually has. COVID, semiconductor crisis, geopolitical conflict, including wars, and the recent imposition of duties on the CUPRA Tavascan because it's built in China. And since launch of CUPRA, it has never been easy. We have faced always unprecedented headwinds and weathered many storms. But I believe that facing such adversities has forced us to find opportunities in the crisis and has made us better and faster when transforming our business. Reason number 4, and I think probably one of the most important reasons, as a brand, we hit the ground running. CUPRA is a newcomer brand with a startup mentality, but we were able to use the industrial and technical development strength of the whole Volkswagen Group to build a portfolio of CUPRA products based on Volkswagen technological platforms in Volkswagen factories around the world in a remarkably short period of time. But I think our biggest single competitive advantage in hitting the ground running was our established dealer network. While other newcomer brands have been experimenting on direct sales models or have been busy looking for new dealers, we got off to a racing start with our existing dealer network. A CUPRA dealer network born out of the existing SEAT and Volkswagen Group dealer network with high capillarity of market coverage and for sales, but most importantly, a strong after-sales and service organization. A profitable network with financial strength to be able to launch the CUPRA brand at an astonishing speed. And together, over the last 6 years, we have made CUPRA the brand it is today. A brand that contributes additional value to the Volkswagen Group and its existing portfolio of brands by attracting new customers. CUPRA has one of the highest conquest rates of all group brands, with 50% of all customers coming from outside of the Volkswagen Group. A new brand capable of competing better against the other new challenger brands, whether they come from the US or from China. And a brand that has been able to hit a nerve amongst the next generation. And I always hear the same thing from colleagues and business partners of my age. They always start with, yeah, my son, my daughter, they really love CUPRA. And it's no wonder that our customers, the drivers of CUPRA, are on average 1 generation younger than the rest of the market. So CUPRA is no longer a PowerPoint strategy or a simple experiment. After our initial growth phase and having successfully now established a brand, we are busy deploying the biggest product offensive since our launch 6 years ago. In the first half of this year, we've successfully launched the new CUPRA Formentor and CUPRA Leon. And now in the second half of the year, CUPRA will continue to grow with totally additional new models to our range, the 100% electric CUPRA Tavascan and the all-new SUV CUPRA Terramar that we present you here today for the first time. With the Tavascan and the Terramar, we will not only grow our product range, but at the same time help our brand to grow up by bringing the CUPRA mindset upmarket to new customers and new growing segments without, however, losing our rebellious and challenger spirit. Which brings us here today. CUPRA is a brand that's always gone out to win, that has the same mindset that we share with the America's Cup, a race where there is no second place, where you never settle for less than victory, and where, just like at CUPRA, people make the difference when it comes to winning.
A race brought you into this world. You were the fastest. Any slower and you wouldn't have been born. If one day you ever stop racing, you'll be out. Your whole life is a race. Competitiveness is chasing a dream that, once achieved, unlocks even greater ones. It's a weight if it hinders you. It's a strength if it pushes you further. You compete against your rival, against time, against your past, against the laws of physics, against that version of yourself from yesterday. Everyone competes. Those who know what they have to do to win, and those who don't even know they're competing, but refuse to lose.
So I'm really, really proud of this great partnership, and I'm delighted to introduce you now to someone who shares the CUPRA spirit, the winner of the 2017 and 21 America's Cup, the boss of the Emirates team, New Zealand team, and the CEO of the 2024 America's Cup, Grant Dalton. Grant, Grant, great to have you here. Thanks for taking the time. I'm sure you've got a really, really busy schedule. You need to get out racing later. But perhaps you can start and telling us a little bit why in your view, you think the America's Cup is so important, one of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I mean, CUPRA is an amazing brand and very much of Barcelona, as you say, in Catalonia. The first thing is the America's Cup's the oldest sporting trophy in the world, 173 years old. I think the Ryder Cup is actually the next one, but it's been continuously competed for, other than the war years, since 1851. And it is the top of the game. It is the top technology. And we look back at the pictures of 1851 in the boat yacht America, and we think it looks like something that they sailed with cargo down the Thames with. But it was the top of technology back then. And nothing's changed. This is still the very top of the game, the top of technology.
So you talk a lot about the history and where you come from, but what you are moving the whole thing on and making it, I think, more accessible. So there are some important novelties or new things this year. Perhaps you can explain them.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the attractions of Barcelona for us when we decided, the deal to come here, was that Catalonia and Barcelona stand for diversity, sustainability, the blue economy, technology. E-game's very big here, as you know, and those are all things that are important to us. So we introduced the first ever Women's America's Cup, which happens end of September. We've got a World Championship of e-sport, and we're going to follow the Gran Turismo model and take the winners of that is here on the 28th of September into the full simulator, and we're going to put them on the boat. We're going to close the circle. So things that we're doing are trying to get into the new generation. You talked about the new generation before, because the old generation isn't going to influence the future.
Yeah, you're right. I was involved very early stage with a guy who was here, Oriol, who was here, who set up a meeting with some of the top business people in Barcelona to talk about trying to get the America's Cup to Barcelona. And I was convinced for day one that we needed support, that being a brand from Barcelona. So I was really keen, together with some others here, that we get together and fight for the thing, make it happen. But obviously on your side as well, you had to make your choices as well. And what made you choose Barcelona out of the many places in the world you could have gone to?
Yeah, well, the first simple thing is the word. I mean, it's the jewel of the Med, it's Barcelona. I mean, everybody knows Barcelona, everybody wants to come to Barcelona. That's a whole other story though, right? But so that was, always in its favour. But as I say before, that when we met with the city and the central government and the Catalonian government and the port, diversity and particularly sustainability, and our version of sustainability is hydrogen, and because you can't go from here to Ibiza and back just on batteries because you haven't got anywhere to charge them. So we think that in our, we have a market-leading position. We have to influence the future in the game, and so we picked hydrogen. Now, all these things are synonymous with Catalonia and Barcelona. So when you add them all up together, it was actually a pretty easy choice.
Yeah, and then we met and we decided to come and be the automotive sponsor.
Well, you decided.
Yeah, we did. You had to decide for us as well. On both sides, I think. I think it's a great match. I'd like to thank you for everything you've made possible for us. It's been amazing. You've given us a huge platform. But what has your experience been? What's your view of the CUPRA tribe that you've been working with?
So what I see is the words I think you used before, disruption. We're in a sport where the America's Cup is a sport where we make the rules. Totally unique in sport. So if we want disruption, chaos, crazy, innovation, technology, all of those things, it's a pretty easy decision. We just make it and make them happen. And CUPRA, when I was out there a month or so ago, I was lucky enough to see some of the ideas that are looking at the future. Now, whether they'll be built or not, I don't know. But in that, it was just so intriguing to me because I saw crazy there. Mm-hmm. And, many of you will see today, these boats, they're not boats, they're low-flying aircraft that basically attach to the water. They are crazy. And there's these great synergies. I love it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I think we share a lot of things, particularly the mindset. It's one of the things that I always say to my team. We can't go out and try and defend and protect and hope that we have to go out to win. There's no other opportunity, and I think that's the same philosophy there. But how do you? You're a guy who's really competitive, not only on the water. You told me as well when I was chatting with you into the TT Isle of Man race and survived. Yeah. Racing on motorbikes. So, what is your motivation when you go out? You're going out later, no, with the team?
Yeah. I mean, I have this dual role of the event and the team, which is again unique to the America's Cup. And so I'm on the chase boat. I'm calmed up like the pit wall, basically, so that when I go to the debriefs, I've got some idea what I'm talking about. It's just, I don't know. I mean, what motivates anybody? Competitive nature is in everybody, that it manifests itself in different ways. I see it this way. I see that the pain of losing is way worse than the ecstasy of winning. Winning comes and passes pretty quickly to the next project. Pain of losing drains your body like a massive toothache and never leaves you, and it stays with you for years. And everybody here can relate to that. Okay, so Grant, thank you for having us. Thank you for choosing CUPRA as a sponsor for this year's America's Cup. I hope to see you back for another America's Cup in Barcelona. Yeah, I asked that question a lot already. Well, first of all, key point, you got to win it. Okay. So we're focusing on that at the moment. Okay. Look forward to seeing you later out on the water. Thanks. You, Grant. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody. So I think, as you've just seen, there are a lot of parallels between CUPRA and the America's Cup. CUPRA has always, as I said, shared that winning spirit. And with the CUPRA Terramar,
we go a step further. The Terramar, as many of you will remember, is actually the birthplace of the CUPRA brand, the Terramar circuit, the birthplace of the CUPRA brand back in 2018. And Terramar in Sitges has been my home since I returned to Spain 8 years ago. It's a place and a name full of meaning, terra and mar, land and sea, where the land meets raw elemental power of the sea. And CUPRA is all about the meeting of design and performance, a place where design goes beyond function. And that is what the new CUPRA Terramar is all about, an SUV with a provocative design that stands out from the crowd, a car that we all had to fight for in the system to get it from design concept into production, and a car that is today, despite all oppositions, a living, breathing CUPRA reality. Our first electrified SUV that will take CUPRA into one of the fastest growing segments in Europe, a car that helps us grow into new territories and new markets, that brings the CUPRA mindset to a wider audience, that is all about us growing up, however, while still maintaining our youthful, rebellious spirit. Because that is who we are, and nothing will ever change that. There is no second. Ladies and gentlemen, the new CUPRA Terramar.
There's no second.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing car, right? It's a real pleasure to be here in our hometown, Barcelona, a city with a lot of energy and creativity where we, as designers, get our inspiration from. After so many releases this year, the CUPRA brand is growing, getting more mature and consistent. Today, we present to you one of the most demanded architectures in the market, an SUV with 4.5 meters with a combination of bold and confident design, the new CUPRA Terramar. The inspiration we get the designers is not only in the amazing architecture and design spirit of Barcelona, it's also the influence of the Mediterranean culture, full of life and with the strong character of his people. When we combine our culture with the design philosophy, we create a very authentic way of expressing ourselves. For some people, design follows functions, and this is totally fine. But for us in CUPRA, we're going beyond that. Design follows emotions. And talking about emotions, let me tell you about one of the favorite parts for me, will be the front part. And why is that? Because the character of the front shows the character of the brand. Confident, determined, and bold attitude. And we do it through 4 different main elements. The first one, the higher shark nose. So this feeling of proudness, confidence, and imposing look. The front lights for us are like a human eyes. They can express who you are, so in this determination, almost like saying, I know exactly what I want. The front is designed in a V-shape, going from the sculptural bonnet and the lower front grille, creating this strong, dynamic feeling. And finally, the sharp treatment of the bumper, resembling the fangs of an animal, demonstrates his provocative and almost an evil look. Going to the side, the proportions for designers are extremely important. As you know, competition is in our DNA. For this reason, we always work with sporty proportion, muscular approach in the surfaces, and focused character of the lines. A part of this hard wheelage that show this SUV character, on the lower part we can see what we call it the rocker wave, an ascending light that lifts the car, adding this unique personality. Going to the rear, you can see the fast floating C-pillar, which actually look like a keel of a sailing boat and push the car always forward. At the rear, you can feel this bold character thanks to the muscular prints with the strong shoulders, something actually we love to do in CUPRA. The tail decal diffuser with vertical blades and the reflectors on the corner provide the maximum feeling of width. And to finish, the coast-to-coast triangular light signature that create this cool, crystal clear effect. And now, let's go to the interior. Following our driver-oriented interior concept, the CUPRA Terramar is a new interpretation of sportiness and driver focus. Remember that in CUPRA, we love to drive. So the first element that you can find is this asymmetric spine. The spine is inspired by a seaway, create an asymmetric console that emphasizes this driving orientation. And what about the details of the interior? As you know, the copper is our brand ID material, and it's placed to elevate the striking details of the car. And for example, we do it in the air vents. This time, the air vents has the character of the front with these expressive and focused diagonal shapes. In CUPRA, we take a special attention to the design of the seat because they are where you really connect with the car. They are designed with sensual shape and the perfect grip by inspired by human form to give you the best driving experience. In the CUPRA Terramar, we designed 3 new interior characters: Deep Ocean, Moonline, and High Canyon. 3 different alternatives to enhance the cabin feel with the best innovative quality materials. So here you have it, the CUPRA Terramar, a highly characterful sporty SUV that is a masterpiece created from our ambition to be the first. And now, let me introduce Werner, who will tell you a bit more about the technical details of the new CUPRA Terramar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jorge. We have seen how the CUPRA Terramar is the latest representation of our ambition, designed and created in Barcelona and produced with our colleagues in Audi Gers plant in Hungary. As you know from us, we have again created a holistic driving experience, giving the Terramar our own CUPRA personality. Starting with the powertrain. The CUPRA Terramar will be available in 5 different options across 3 different technologies: petrol, mild hybrid, and plug-in hybrid. The last one is a new evolution of the technology that now offers more than 100 kilometers of all-electric range, delivering up to 272 horsepower on its top version. Not bad, right? But that's not all. We will offer 2 petrol versions that go up to 265 horsepower, providing performance to the petrol heads of the tribe. But it's not enough what you have underneath the bonnet, especially when you want to impregnate the car with a sporty character. So we went further. And how? You know it, right? Progressive steering with specific steering map for all engines. Sport suspension as standard for all versions, including plug-in hybrid, with new 2-valve DCC. Specific ECC calibration, which includes ESC Sport for all front engines and ESC Off for the VZ engines. And to bring handling to a next level, CUPRA parameterized electric brake booster. And how do we bring the force to the ground? The wheels are 255 millimeters wide for all 19 and 20-inch rims. And as an option, we offer 6-piston Akebono brakes. So that's on the chassis. Jorge mentioned the light signature you see on the car. In the high version, we offer an innovative combination of matrix beam and HD technology, which provides a glare-free support of the driving experience. Also, this is already exciting. A holistic driving experience is wider than that. That's why we have developed a new, faster, and improved infotainment system with a 12.9 HMI screen and 10.25-inch digital cockpit that delivers clear and simple key information. And to complete the immersive experience, we wanted to keep enhancing one further sense. That's why I'm honored to announce that we have continued our collaboration with Sennheiser in order to offer a superior high-fidelity 12-speaker audio sound system. A sound system that actually we have just experienced, because all the sound at the immersive tunnel you have passed through entering the show has been tuned by them. Impressive. A sneak peek of how good our audio system will be. The CUPRA Terramar is prepared to take roads and bring your emotion up, but also to elevate the brand to a completely new level. And further, to explain that, what I mean by that, I would like to welcome Ignazi on stage.
Thank you, Werner. As we have seen, the CUPRA Terramar is a unique car with striking design and a great performance. The SUV segment is the biggest segment in the automotive industry, so the Terramar will position us for growth in Europe and overseas markets, such as Mexico and Australia. Being at the core of the SUV segment will give us access to a whole new range of customers who are looking for an SUV that defies convention, where great design combines with space and sporty driving dynamics. The CUPRA Terramar will be a volume booster. It will increase our market share and contribute to our brand's ambition to reach 500,000 CUPRAs annually. The Terramar will be key for future CUPRA. not only in terms of sales volume, but also increasing our profitability and strengthening our brand image. At this point, you may wonder a couple of important things: availability and price. Regarding availability, I would say that the car configurator is ready as we speak. And I'm sure that our customers, or customers in general, will start ordering right now. And what about the price? The Terramar will be available from a starting price of 43,000 euro in the German market. And the first units will hit the streets in just 2 months, at the beginning of November. Today, we have mentioned this spirit of becoming better, of being a winner, which is what brought us to create this alliance with the America's Cup Barcelona. To honor this spirit, we have created something truly unique and extraordinary: the CUPRA Terramar America's Cup Limited Edition. The limited edition will include black alloy wheels, black interior character, the unique Enceladus gray matte color, and of course, the America's Cup logo in the exterior of the B pillar. Let me point out to all of you that there will be only exactly 1,337 units featuring this special design. To reinforce this alliance with America's Cup, we have extended our actual CUPRA collection with a brand new clothing and accessories. In this event, we are talking a lot about land and sea, terra and mar. Talking about sea, CUPRA started its partnership with the Antonio yacht 4 years ago. And now we have broadened this collaboration to launch the E23 Terramar, a unique version of their first 100% electric yacht, a yacht inspired by the iconic colors and elements of the CUPRA Terramar. That's it from my side. Thank you all for being here and sharing this exciting moment for all of us, the CUPRA tribe. But hold on a second. As we are here in a cinema, that reminds me that our CEO, Wayne, has always wanted to be a movie director. So, there is no better person and place to introduce you to our big surprise. Wayne, please come on stage.
Gracias. Thank you, Ignacy. Yes, you're right. As a young kid in Manchester, I always dreamt of becoming a film director. And tonight, a very special member of the CUPRA tribe is with us, someone who actually fulfilled that dream, our own brand ambassador, the acclaimed film director, Juan Antonio Bayona. Jota, please join me on stage. Hola, Jota. Thanks for taking time to join us here today.
Of course.
I remember the first time we met, it was at a dinner in Cagnette to talk about a possible cooperation, and you were surprised, what's a car company chasing a film director for? And we sat down, we had dinner, and then he said, okay, we need to continue the conversation, and we got to know each other. But obviously we were looking to move into this movie world, because I think it's an emotional world that fits well with CUPRA, and you're from Barcelona. But obviously, you were at the beginning quite cautious, and you wanted to know more about us. So what at the end of the day made your mind up to come and work together with us?
Well, I think it's for obvious reasons. The fact that it's a brand that feels a little familiar to me, because it's very related to my hometown, to Barcelona. And I've done my whole career from Barcelona to the rest of the world. The fact that CUPRA is always chasing the highest standards. I always try to do the same with my films. And also the fact that you're a little crazy, a little bit, that you have this kind of rebel spirit that I love. and keeping these higher standards of quality, but at the same time keeping your rebel mind. I saw something that I loved.
No, I think it's a great, great collaboration, great link of mindsets, our mindset, your mindset. But one of the things you said in the early day, if we're going to work together, we need to do something that adds value and not just for publicity or doing content or PR, but to do something. You wanted us to help you give something back to the film world, and then you came up with this idea of the Dream Makers contest, together with me and Daniel Brühl, that I hope is here somewhere. I haven't seen him yet, but he's coming today together with Daniel. Perhaps you can explain what this initiative, the Dream Makers, is all about and why it's so important for you.
Well, I think it's very rare to find a brand that is so interested in the same things I am interested in, like culture and helping the young people, the new talent. You know, so we started to talk about doing things together. Not only the contest, but we did together a fantastic concert in the Liceu, the Opera House, where we play all the music from my films, and it was a fantastic night. The Liceu was full packed. And then we did the presentation, the premiere of Society of the Snow, my last film, in the CEST Film Festival. And then we wanted to do something bigger and also something that could help us to help the young people, the new talent. And this is where the idea for this short film contest. We have been working in that in the last months. We have read 400 scripts of short films, and now we are going to choose one of them and produce it. And I think as an artist, one of the most rewarding things is to help the young talent. It's also a chance to keep learning from new ideas that feel more crazy and rebel, you know. So we keep that connection with the young people, and being with CUPRA with the same goal is fantastic in that sense.
No, it's something I'm really passionate about. Like, you know, I always said to you, I would love to do your job, but I don't know whether you'd like to do my job. I always dreamed of, back then as a kid, when I used to go to the cinema, dreamed one day of becoming a filmmaker. But unfortunately, back then in Manchester, there was no movie school. Luckily, here in Catalonia with ESCAC, there is. And I think if we can help the students there to find the next Bayona, I think that would be great. So I'm really passionate about that from CUPRA, working together with you. And Daniel, really looking forward to it, looking forward to the CEST Film Festival, where hopefully we will announce. Thinking back to our first meetings, and we were talking, and you said to me, I'm not interested in doing a TV ad or whatever for you guys or whatever. And I said to you, I promise you, I'll never ask you to do a TV ad, but I think you've done a good movie for us. I don't think it's a TV ad. We probably use it for that because I think it's exceptional.
Now that we're here.
Now that we're here, yeah. So just tell us a bit about what your ideas were, because I asked you to come up with something impressive, something emotional, something that links land and sea, Terramar, Barcelona, the car. So tell me what the process was, or what went through your mind.
Well, I love the idea. There is no second. That gave us lots of inspirations for creating powerful images. And then we were in contact with the team that designed the car. We tried to understand all the details and put all those details to refer some of them on the screen. And I think we did a good match, you know, with the agency, with all the people at CUPRA. And there's a lot of hard work. There was a lot of people working for these 2 minutes, and I think you can see that.
A lot of the techniques from The Impossible or not? It looks quite similar.
There was a lot of water, like in The Impossible, yes. We learned a lot doing that. And actually, we shot in the same place where we shot The Impossible. We shot in Alicante, in the water tank, in the same water tank where we shot The Impossible.
Okay, great. So, Jota, thanks for being with us. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Juan Antonio Bayona.
Thank you, everyone.
So, you've heard a lot about the film. Now I think it's time for you to see it with your own eyes. And what a better place to do that than the IMAX Theatre here. So please sit back and enjoy the film.
On the 22nd of August, 1851, during a regatta, Queen Victoria asked, "Who goes first?" To which she was answered, "America, Your Majesty." "And second?" the Queen asked. "Majesty, there is no second," was the answer.
There's no second! There's no second!
There's no second!
There's no second!
There is no second!
No second is the answer! There is no second! There's no second!
There's no second!
What's the answer?
There's no second.
There's no second! There is no second is the answer! Which was the answer? There's no second was the answer.
There's no second.
So here it is, the CUPRA Terramar of land and sea, a car that, yes, reinforces our connection to our hometown and to our ambition to keep inspiring the world from Barcelona. But just as importantly, a car that reinforces CUPRA today as a brand that is more mature and is more certain in its identity than ever before, without ever compromising on obsession, on rebellion, or on authenticity. Growing, yes, but above all, growing up. The new CUPRA Terramar is the next step on that journey, a journey that began with the CUPRA Ateca, the CUPRA Leon, the CUPRA Formentor, CUPRA Born, CUPRA Tavascan, and now with the new CUPRA Terramar continues. A journey that also continues next year with the launch of the all-electric CUPRA Raval, and a journey where ambition can become reality, and a journey where I'm convinced the best is still to come. A journey that started for me personally 8 years ago when I joined CEST and drove my first ever CUPRA on my first day at work, a CEST Leon CUPRA. And a journey that has turned into my personal destiny, mi destino, and one that I will see through until the end of my career. I'm all in because at CUPRA we go out to win. And where, like the America's Cup, there is no second. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey.
I'd like to invite the speakers to come for a picture, final picture. And for everyone of you, we're waiting for you for lunch outside of the premises. And then, of course, enjoy the show and enjoy we're going to see Grand Dalton, so you're going to